Jordy here for Cinecom.net, and welcome to Copycat Friday, where we recreate a popular film technique. And today we'll recreate those typical business stock clips, which actually aren't too bad when filmed properly. Now, those graphical elements that you saw in the beginning of this video came from Rocket Stock's new pack Geneva, and they're sponsoring today's episode as well, and we'll dive deeper into these elements later in this video. But first up is the scenery, and the key thing is to have a clean environment. Very typical for corporates, and the client is going to want that too. So clean everything up and remove what is unnecessary. And next up comes the lighting, which is actually easier than you might think. There's one big principle to keep in mind, and that is backlighting. And you can already create this by just opening the gate behind your subject, or making sure there are some windows there. If that is no option, just put your lights into the frame at full power and try to shoot at a wide open aperture so that the background is out of focus. It's even okay to have your background overexposed, just one of those typical corporate video things. Just make sure that when you're putting a window or gate in overexposure that you can't see anything there. Very typical for business videos is that blue color look. We'll add some more of that in post-production, but it's something that we need to pay attention to during the shoot as well. You want to make sure that every lighting is daylight. If the factory has fluorescent lights on top, it's best to put them off. Make as much use of windows or daylight balanced lighting. Now, having all cold lighting will result in bad skin tones, and Kim here looks nearly dead, as you can see. So we'll use one soft tungsten lighting for the subject that we'll place on the front. I'm also adding a grid into my softbox, as that will bundle the light to only shine on the subject and not the environment. Now, since Kim was walking through the space, I created a softbox on wheels with some clamps and a wardrobe from IKEA. If you have some extra hands, it's of course better to let someone hold it. Now, as for the camera, we'll put the white balance at around 3800 Kelvin. This will make sure that the surrounding is extra blue and the subject a little warmer too. It's a good balance in between, which gives us something to play with in color grading. And finally, the camera itself. If you want to make it look epic, film from below. It will make everything look big and impressive. And if you can, add some motion to it as well. We're on a gimbal, which adds a lot of depth to the scene, and we can carry on that movement in the medium and close-up shots as well. Time to bring our shots into post-production, and to make your corporate video really come to life and give it that premium feel, you want to create a soundscape. And that means adding sounds to the visuals. Here's an example. We see Kim walking through the garage. There's no sound, so let's add some footsteps to it and background ambience. Now, this brings your scene more to life, and we can add more of such sounds to the visuals that we want to draw attention to. Now, often I would record these sounds myself, after that we've shot the scene, as that allows me to go very close with the microphone. Now, if there are sounds that I can't record myself, I download them from the internet. Premium Beat is also one of the channel's sponsors, has great sound effects packs. For single sounds, I often use freesound.org. It's not the best library, you often need to search long to find something good, but it's all free. Do make sure to attribute the author, and you can read more about their policy on their website. And by the way, I have links about everything I talk about here in the description below. So when you record the sounds of every detail, we get the following soundscape. Next up is the music, and you want to create an heroic film, showing off how big that company is, so don't use that typical lounge music in the background. Instead, pick out a song that creates an heroic vibe, that tells success. Just be careful it's not too Hollywood. And finally, the colors. I'm going to create a rich contrast, but make sure that you're not going to crush the blacks though. What you can do is increasing the whites to make sure that no other detail is visible in the overexposure parts. And next we'll dive into the color wheels, where I'm adding some more blue into the shadows and orange into the midtones. This way we're creating color contrast and increasing that blue-orange tone even more. Now, if you're seeing color cast in your overexposure areas, then add the opposite color in the whites to neutralize that. You want to make sure that those areas are white and not something else. And to really knock that competition away, we're going to add some graphical elements in there. And the Geneva pack from Rocketstock is designed in such a way that it works with any video editor. It are basically a collection of lower thirds and transition animations. You can simply drag and drop them to start using them. You do need to add text in there yourself, which is pretty obvious, but an included style guide helps you to keep everything tight and clean. You don't have to make them part of the scene like we did, but it's a nice extra touch, and actually it's pretty simple to create. Inside After Effects, open the tracker, and with your clip selected, click on Track Camera. Now wait until the software is done with its magic and you should see many tracking points on your clip now. Right-click on any point where you like to add a graphical element to and select Create Camera and Null Object. Now it's just a matter of choosing your graphical animation from the back and adding some text to it. Then select all the layers from your element and say Pre-Compose. You then want to bring this composition into 3D space by enabling this box right here. Drag and move your composition to the right spot and link it to the null object that was created with this whip tool. Now don't forget to enable motion blur for both the layer and the composition for a natural motion. And it's that simple. You can select other points if you like to add more graphical elements in there. To find out more about this spec, make sure to visit the first link in the description below, and if you scroll down a little bit further, you can find a download link to the After Effects project file with some free samples from this spec, so make sure to click on that. Thank you guys so much again for watching. Make sure to thumbs up this video if you liked it, but most importantly, stay creative.